Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty slim right now.
No, on YouTube Live, though. Yeah, you're on TV right now.
Tens of thousands of followers.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Steve.
Okay,
Audience.
Can I peek over at your minutes? Hold on, right? Oh. Oh, there we go, either way. Yeah, you can stay that, that's fine. So shall we start? All right, Angie, you want to take roll?
Chris Knuckles,
Present?
Myrna Wagner,
Yes.
Tyler Skemper,
Present.
Jane Corver,
Yes.
Mike Christian, Tim Potabom, Fred Grine,
Yes.
Kevin Welch,
Yes.
Dennis Vandenhall.
Yes.
All right.
We do have a form.
First order of business is to approve the minutes from 10/9/25. Everybody got a copy from Angie earlier this week or in advance of the meeting. They're also available online.
I'll motion to approve the minutes from September 11.
Second. Did you get this?
Mhm.
From October 9.
Oh, October 9. Oh, yeah.
Any discussion? All right, let's call for a vote.
Vandenhall,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Grine,
Yes.
Corver,
Yes.
Skemper,
Yes.
Wagner,
Yes.
Knuckles.
Yes. All right, moving along. Number 3 is the Trijinx edition requests. For one of you guys, historically, Sam has given a heads up on what's going on, but I
Yeah,
assume-
sure. I'm actually going to let Steve give you
Perfect.
a little heads up here, and then either him or I or Angie can ask or answer questions as needed.
All right. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So quick background about this one.
Can you just say your whole name and who you're from, just for the folks online?
Absolutely. Steve Algren with Planning Solutions, City of Sheldon, Zoning Code.
Perfect.
So a little bit of quick background about this particular request. This came in from the owner of the property that is currently building the residence out there on Country Club, South Country Club. I believe it's the Kenders property. They purchased a lot to the north of them, which is in a different subdivision, but adjacent. So they purchased lot 1, I believe. They purchased lot 1 in the Jenkinson's first edition. That particular lot is not as deep as the lot that they built the house on. So they wanted to align the property lines to the rear of the property so it would match up with lot 5, Trijinx edition. And you can kind of see that on the map that was included with the staff report and in the information to you. So that's fine. And they went ahead and purchased that additional land. I think it was something like 65 feet. What we bumped into, though, was that additional 65 feet that they purchased was zoned ag. And they really don't have any intentions to build on that, but to keep all of their property consistent together, we're just going through the rezoning. So we're essentially rezoning that extra depth behind lot 1 to RS, single-family residential, and then it will now keep all of the property under common ownership with that house being built out there as single-family. That makes sense. I know it sounded complicated in my head when I was even saying it, but it's actually really pretty straightforward. It's just kind of one of those unique circumstances that popped up. Property owner wanted to buy a little bit of additional land. They purchased the land. It just wasn't zoned appropriately for what the intent of the lot is. So that's why we're here today, taking care of that.
I have a question. I'm not sure who it's directed to, but in the staff notes, there's a picture of the lots, and there appears to be some sort of easement runs in between them.
Yeah, there is. There's a utility easement in between them, and then there's actually on the north of the lot in First Edition, which Steve got his 2 lot numbers mixed up, but that's okay. It's still Lot 1 and Lot 5. It's just different editions. And then there's an 11th Street right away on the north side of the shallower lot. So there would be public right away there.
And is there any reason, do we need to extend that public right of way through this zoned, does everybody know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know if it makes any sense to do it, but now would be the time.
It would be. I'm not too worried about it. So if you look at the lot in Jenkinson's First Edition, there was a 25, and we'll get to the next item on the list. There was a 25-foot utility easement on the east end of that. And they've asked for that to be vacated. Actually, I don't care if it's vacated or not, but it was my suggestion we vacate that. And then they give us a new 25-foot easement on the east edge of the new property that they're purchasing.
In the ag?
Yeah, in the ag. And then we always have this public right-of-way where 11th Street is to come across, and then we can go straight south or north from there. So that's why I'm not worried about this one here.
Okay.
Because it gets us to the back of both lots.
Yeah, 2 ways in.
Yep, we have 2 ways through then. Yep. We should be set very good. And one of the reasons that was important on the east end there is we don't have sanitary sewer service out there to those lots. They are on, so that a new home that's getting built is going to be on septic. But if you recall, when we accepted the plats for Trijinks, there was a clause in there that if the city ever put utilities out there, then they had to hook up. And the likely route for that would be up that east side. Our sewer, as Jane probably knows all too well, is very shallow out there. I think we end up by Gary Doppenberg's house, we're maybe 3.5, 4 foot deep. So, yeah, he has these lift stations in their houses to get out. Yeah, to lift up. Yep.
Anyone else have any discussion?
I move adoption.
I'll second. Call for roll.
Corver,
Yes.
Skimper,
Yes.
Wagner,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Brine,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Vandenhull.
Yes.
Next item on the agenda, Todd, you want to, I think you just
Yeah,
talked about
yeah.
it, but
It's the item that we just spoke about. So it's just recommending that we vacate the original easement and then accept the new easement on the new parcel Q.
A motion to approve the number 3B request to vacate the easement on the Jenkinson property.
I'll second.
any further discussion? A roll call?
Wagner,
Yes.
Skimper,
Yes.
Brine,
Yes.
Corver,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Vandenhull,
Yes.
Welch.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4 is a rezoning of 910 Prairie Trail Road and 921 Prairie Trail Road from ag to residential single.
Yeah, I could hit on this one quickly and Steve can fill in the gaps if need be, but essentially this is for Tom and Helen Van Dyke's property and Brad and Sherry Zutenhorst property. Tom and Helen have had a house on there since 2015. Brad and Sherry have not had a home. Anyways, in speaking with the Zutenhorsts about potentially building a home, I realized that those lots were partially zoned RS and partially zoned agricultural. And it's something that really should have been taken care of back in 2015 before the Van Dykes built their home. It's something the city should have required to happen when those parcels got split off back then. So anyways, they both agree and would like their properties to be zoned 100% residential so they can legally build and have homes on there. We concur and wish we would have done it 11 years ago. So it's really a housekeeping item. I'll stand if there's any other questions.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly where these are. I know I should have done it before, but
Yeah,
can you
so-
show me on?
Yep,
on the
absolutely.
satellite?
So Prairie Trail Road, headed towards the pond.
Yeah.
Then there's the gravel road that goes south.
Yeah.
So it's this property
Okay,
and this one right here.
I see.
Yep, so just north of the railroad tracks, south of Prairie Trail Road.
Got it.
And so Van Dyke's current home is built on the ag portion, not the residential? Is
That is
how
correct.
that
And-
worked out?
Yeah,
Sure.
and in all likelihood, well, not in all likelihood, we shouldn't have approved a permit back in 2015. There was an error made then.
And this is in keeping with the city's plan, that this all be residential?
Yeah, right there. The parcel that's to the east of that the SCDC owns, that the access road is actually on. Some of that is owned RS and some of that is owned ag. But, and we talked about, should we change that? But the SCDC has no intent on selling that property for residential purposes. There's the access road there now that we need for those homes. And if in the future we would ever buy property, say south of the railroad tracks, it would be nice to have the ability to have a road go through there. So that's why we're not doing any of that, because there's no intent of ever selling that for residential purpose. If that changes someday, I guess it'll take another meeting to change it. But right now, that's been their solid stance.
All right, any other discussion? Can I get a motion?
Second.
No further discussion, let's roll call.
Vanden
Yes.
Welch.
Yeah.
Grine.
Yes.
Corver.
Yep.
Skimper.
Yes.
Wagner.
Yes.
Knuckle.
Yes. All right, well, the commissioner doesn't have any comments, so the city manager, what do you got for us?
Prior to the meeting, I handed you all a layout of the Pape ground. This fall, we're going to have some meetings on potentially zoning and plating that property. That we have started the design. We'd like to get to about 50% design before we bring you guys a plat to consider. The layout that we're currently working towards should look similar to this. So I just want to get it in front of you so you could lay eyes on it and let us know if you have any questions or comments as we get into the design period. But we'll bring you official preliminary and final plats at a later date as we prepare. Some of the layout, you might think right away already, well, geez, how come the roads just don't go all the way straight through north to south? And that's primarily because of sewer depth and the way we need to run that through there. So we actually need to start with the sewer in the southwest corner of the lot to get appropriate depth to everywhere on the property. And we can't just run it straight north. So that is the reason for that. But and then the other item that will be coming to you hopefully at that same meeting would be the Grantster ground that was purchased recently. So where the co-op oil is that now, over to L36, whatever that's called, going north on the gravel. There's another 35 acres there that the city acquired. So it'd be annexing that into the city limits and maybe potentially considering zoning. So those will both maybe, I don't know, September, October type meetings.
Got it.
I was wondering, you got room for the bike trail along 16th Street there, do you, Todd, or?
I was literally about to ask that question.
Yeah, so that's actually something that the rec trail board has been wanted. We recently asked city council to consider allowing us to start the design here, which they did approve. They did include installing the trail as part of the development, at least through design phase. So
The trail that's shown on here, or a trail that's along 16th Street?
along 16th Street on the south of those lots. So those,
Yeah.
what we'll likely do is, because you'll lose some linear footage, is the first lots north of 16th Street will be a little bigger because we'll have an easement for trail to come across there.
Okay.
The intent would be to fill that ditch in, put some culvert in there, and then run the trail on private property. It would be ultimately end up looking something similar to the trail section that runs along the property's north side of East 6 from 23rd Avenue to Country Club. In front of Myrna's house and Fieldcrest and the Johnsons through there. That section of trail is actually, it'd be something like that. Is what we're thinking at this point.
And what's the difference between red and yellow lots on here?
Oh yeah, good. It's a good thing. So what we're intending on doing, at least at this point, would be phase 1. So the southern 43 lots or the yellow would be something we're looking at for phase 1. Phase 2 would potentially be the red, and then phase 3 would be that section in the northwest corner. Just timing and cost. So.
Now, there's acreage sizes on these lots, but do you know roughly dimensions?
Yeah, if I had better eyes.
It's on there, but it's very, I had to zoom in
Yeah.
quite a bit to see it.
Yeah, most of them I think are around 100 by 100. Some are maybe 85 by 100. The direction we've been given as staff to this point has been maybe have a little smaller lots, looking at more entry-level type housing. Not saying that can't change, but that's the direction we've been given to this point.
And some of the smaller ones then that show up in phase, well, there's some, I guess, in phase 1, but
Yeah.
like phase 3 is all that size.
Exactly, yeah. The phase 1 lots, the majority of the phase 1 lots are some of the biggest ones. And that's why they're only looking at actually platting the phase 1 at first, because potentially those little bigger lots will go over better, and then maybe there'll be a desire from this group and or council and SCDC to make all a little bigger lots.
One thing with your 100 by 100, when you get like a Vanderburg home, something like that, a move-in ready where you got to put the garage on the end, it's real hard to get that, that in you're really pushing the 100-foot limit, if you get a 48-foot house and triple garage that's 32-foot wide, you're getting really close to that, and then your setbacks on both sides. It kind of makes you put a garage out front home just a little bit, and then that kind of makes them homes quite a bit more expensive sometimes.
A lot of these lots are similar in size to what's in the Sunshine Edition, which is just to the east there.
Yep.
Yeah. And certainly appreciate your comment and don't disagree with you. I'm not sure that they're shooting for triple stall garages in this development. No. Again, this board could certainly make a recommendation at a later date to something different if that's what you so choose. But we had to start somewhere, so this is kind of where we're starting, and then we'll go from there. We would like to get to 50% design before, like I said before we bring it to you, because preliminary platting has a lot to do with utility locations and needs and easements and whatnot. And we really just don't know exactly what we need for easements until we start to lay out where the storm sewer is going to go, sanitary sewer is going to go, water mains, those type of sorts of things. Especially there's going to be some storm sewer in this area that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So we will need some probably side lot easements to run some of that.
Why starting with the south? Curious.
Primary reason is because the sewer needs to come from the southwest corner to service the lot. So if you started on the north, you'd have to run a lot of footage that you're not using yet. At one time, there was a discussion on potentially starting on the east and just open up the lots that border 8th Avenue. Then there was essentially a desire to start with more lots than what that provided. Yeah, so just know that when you actually see the first one, it may look slightly different than this, but I just wanted to, since we were meeting, at least let you lay eyes on it so you can start thinking about it. And certainly if you have more questions or comments here over the next month or so, feel free to call or email or whatever. Park, the council did decide at this time to not include the park in phase one. Not saying that it's dead and it won't come later, but, and I should mention too, the green swat on that west parcel, that's water retention. We're going to need to slow some water down off of this development before it exits into the creek there to the west. Not saying it'll be exactly that big, but that is what it's meant to be.
How many property lines go around that former farmstead?
Because somebody owns that and does not have interest in selling it. Matter of fact, they would like to buy some of that, some of the property around them.
The city owns the rest of that currently?
Yeah, actually that parcel the SCDC owns. The city owns the center square that's got the lots on it. And then Wyman Street, there's a parcel just to the north of that you can only see a part of.
Mhm.
SCDC owns that parcel as well. Those are the three parcels that came in the purchase. So SCDC owns that one. Oops, sorry.
That's all right.
That one, and the city owns this one. Yeah.
Got it.
But no plans for north of Wyman Street at this point.
No, I mean, there's certainly some desire there. The problem is again, with needing to start in the southwest corner, it's a long way from the beginning. Because that area will likely be serviced by sewer by coming up the gravel road on the west side and then going east back over to 8th Avenue.
Yeah. And does the city, I know the city demolished a building in here, but do they actually own the property? I don't know exactly where it is, but that one that was sort of abandoned for 10 years.
No, we
Are you
don't own
talking
it.
about the one on South Fifth? It's south of there a little bit? The corn crib?
No, it was a brick building where you could
Oh,
water in the basement.
that's thermal
Is that
cell.
further
That,
north?
that was over on Hubbard. That was over here.
Yeah, but does the city own the property or do they just?
No.
Okay.
Well, we own this
Tiny little.
chunk in the corner.
Okay.
Where there's a monument, a centennial monument.
Got it. Okay.
We own this grassland here that surrounds Mid-American Substation. But that's not very developable ground. Plus you'd be stealing my snow dump. So, that's all I have unless you have further questions.
Anybody else?
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Or I'll motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Knuckles,
Yes?
Wagner,
Yes.
Skimper,
Yes.
Corver,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Vandenhall.
Yes.
424.